Welcome everyone out to Van Sessions at the Monarch. This is KJ Ward.
Good evening. This first song is called Daisy Jane. Daisy Jane, you left your heart in the rain, your teeth on the pavement, trying to play the game. How does it feel when you sing your blues? You're playing a dangerous game with your left hand. Music tried to ask for help, you dug your wells too deep. Now you're scratching at the walls, trying to make ends meet. Daisy Jane, you gotta live with that pain. Yeah, transfer your energy like the wind and the rain. Tried to wake with the sun, but the sun didn't rise. Stain on your carpets and your fragile eyes. If the moon could howl, it would howl back at you. Yeah, you sing like the mountains and you run like the cattle do. Oh, if you get too close to that burning fire, you recognize it like shapes you like that road won't tire. So run through the fields, my daisy lady, barefoot through the thorns and the careless little form. You'll make it through the night. You'll make it through the night. Daisy Jane, you left your heart in the rain, your teeth on the pavement, trying to play the game. How does it feel when you sing your blues? You're playing a dangerous game with your left side muse. You get too close to that burning fire. You recognize it like shapes you like that road won't tire. So run through the fields, my daisy lady, barefoot through the thorns in the careless little form. You'll make it through the night. You'll make it through the night. 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 Thank you.
KJ Ward on Van Sessions. Welcome everyone out to this live podcast recording here at the Monarch Building, home to artisans and creatives in the heart of Ogden's Nine Rails Arts District. I'm R. Brandon Long, alongside Todd Oberndorfer and Shane Osgothorpe here in the van with us for the Banyan Collective, and this is Van Sessions. Huge shout out to our sponsors, our presenting sponsors, Utah Brewing, official beer of Van Sessions, and Lucky Slice Pizza, fueling Ogden musicians with pizza till death. The bar is open. It's right behind the van here if you haven't seen it yet. And serving Utah. You can visit Utah Brewery on Grant Avenue right now and try the Hola Cerveza, only on draft. Also, visit Lucky Slice on 25th and ask for the special. And remember, whenever you drink a Utah beer or down a Lucky Slice, you're supporting local musicians and this program. Thank you so much also to our granting partner, Ogden City Arts. So we led in, KJ, with you. It's a recording of you. It's our very first Van Sessions podcast in 2016. You were with the band The Wednesday People, and you're sitting right here where Shane's sitting, because we recorded in the van at the time. And that's pretty much what led to all your success in life. So
That was the peak.
that was the well, I listened to it. It might not have been the peak. It might have been, but it was fun to go back and listen to. And so, that was a while ago. You've come a long way, right?
Yeah. Lots of change since then.
Lots of change since then. That night, it was actually, you kicked it off with the Wednesday People, followed by Black Kiss, Sweet Biscuits, and the one and only Scott Rogers. If you remember that, Scott. You were there, yeah. He's shaking his head. Okay, so you just got back from a tour with Branson and Sammy playing your solo stuff. How was it?
It was great. Yeah, just got back maybe about a month ago. It was a great time. Really enjoyed being on the road with both those guys. I learned a lot about songwriting, playing shows, how to stay alive on the road.
Like awake? Or
Yeah.
Like it was a food an issue, or?
The diet was very interesting for sure.
Okay. Well, we'll have to dive into more of that here in a minute. Tell us about that first song.
Yeah, that's a song, a newer song, I guess. It's Daisy Jane. It's kind of a fictitious story. But yeah, I feel like it's a relatable song. Just kind of about trudging along, keeping things going, keeping things moving, encouraging someone to continue on.
And this was not written on the tour.
No, this was written.
Okay. That was not the inspiration.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Take us into this next song.
This is actually a cover. Yeah. By John Prine. It's called Angel from Montgomery. Named after my mother. Old man is another child that's grown old. If dreams were lightning, thunder were desire, his old house would have burnt out a long time ago. Make me an angel, flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to believe in this living's just a hard way to go. A young girl had me a cowboy. Wasn't much to look at, just a free rambling man. Well, that was a long time. No matter how we tried, the years they just flow by like a broken down dam. Make me an angel, flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to believe in this living's just a hard way to go. Flies in the kitchen, can hear them and they're buzzing. I ain't done nothing since I woke up today. How the hell can a person go to work in the morning
make me an angel. Flies from Montgomery, make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to believe in this living's just a hard way to go. To believe in this living's just a hard way to go.
KJ Ward on Van Sessions.
God bless John Prine, am I right?
Oh yeah.
I don't know, there's this guy, I don't know if you've heard of him, that used to play here, his name's Sammy Brew.
I think I've heard of him.
Yeah, I hear a little bit of influence of Sammy in you. Is that safe to say? And I mean that like sincerely. Like, you can tell that you guys played music together for a long time, and it's amazing to watch how you guys kind of have approached songwriting since you guys worked together. Can you want to talk a little bit about kind of what you brought out of Ogden into what you're doing now?
Totally. I mean, me and Sammy met in middle school, you know. I only knew how to play G, C, D, you know, 3 chords, 4 chords, and Sammy was, you know, he was writing songs, and that was something I really wanted to do, and he taught me, you know, how to kind of put together a song, how to get in front of people and play my songs. So there's definitely, yeah, a lot of influence from Sammy in the early days, and I mean, we played together and toured together for many years, so it's been really awesome to see, you know, both of us grow out of Ogden and play shows around the world and share our songs. So
Very cool. Now, I know you guys have just wrapped a good chunk of your studio work up on the band's new album. That's right.
yeah.
And so for you, you've got kind of a free rest of the year ahead of you until that album drops. Plans for a small solo tour? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I think I might get back out there and play some more shows. I'm hoping to record maybe some of my songs as well. None of my stuff's recorded right now, but yeah.
It is now.
Yeah, it is now.
It is now. And I saw, we went down and we caught you guys at Kilby last spring, I think. And you did, it was great because you each, I think 3 of you did little solo sets, right?
Yeah.
And I got to watch you perform solo, I think for the first time for me, before y'all played with the band. And boy, that was a treat. And so how often do you get to do that on the road, ever?
It's a pretty rare occasion, you know.
Yeah.
Usually we're playing as a band, and but when we get the opportunity to share our songs in an acoustic setting, we always take that. So that was a very special show at Kilby Court to be able to do that.
Love it. Take us into this next song.
Sweet. My window as the storm sneaks in, and the tears left on my pillow remind me of a time back then. Oh darling, are you with me? Can you kiss me in the morning? You left your clothes here in the closet, lock the door when you come in. Took a new path, new
Let's fall in love like it's old school, like it's old school. Build a greenhouse out of white oak, then burn a fire with cherry wood. Let's plant a garden in the summer, grow nectarines and pumpkins in the fall. Let's raise a family of little ones, watch them grow up and build a tree house. And we'll send them off to college, or wipe the tears off as they walk away. And your eyes were covered up by the dust of our old love. And this new school love's not what I'm thinking of. Let's read a book and fall in love. And baby, I'm thinking of you, and it's all that I can do. And let's go somewhere brand new. And let's fall in love like it's old school, like it's old school love.
Yeah.
Thank you.
KJ Ward on band sessions. Great stuff, KJ. Talk to me about your writing, your songwriting. That's probably something that, hanging out with Sammy. There you go, doing the songwriting thing. But also, you're sort of busy last year and touring. And so, did you have time to write? And how did you put the songs together?
I don't really have the best process when it comes to songwriting. I kind of just sit around and wait for the song to show up.
With the guitar, the notes first, or?
Yeah, I usually sit down with a guitar and I'll just start playing a chord progression. And I'll usually set my phone out, set the voice memo up, and I'll just kind of ramble for a while until I figure out what I'm doing. And often I'll just kind of piece together what comes out of that moment, whatever I was feeling and channeling. And I kind of go through some songs, I sit down and it comes out in one sitting. Some songs I have to work at for months, years, But yeah, the process is kind of different every time I write a song, but I try to sit down and at least present the opportunity for a song to form as often as I can.
Love it. What was the last song about? What was the name of it?
New School Love. That song that's an older song that I kind of revived for this last solo tour that I went on. And yeah, it's just kind of about, bringing it back to the roots of a relationship and not getting caught up in all the chaos and expectations that we all have of each other in today's day and age, and just keeping it simple.
Keeping it simple. Solo work right now. You did tour for a while. Is there anything you learned, when you were touring with Backseat that you were able to implement in some of your solo work?
Totally. I mean, every time I'm collaborating with other artists, I learn a new part of the process or a new part of myself. So that's always applied to every time I sit down and write a song. I think there's a lot of influence that comes from the people you collaborate with and surround yourself with.
What'd you learn from your Africa trip?
I learned that music is very special, very sacred, and it should never be taken for granted.
Yeah, because what were you down there doing?
I went out there for a music festival, and I ended up staying for a little over a month, I met a bunch of musicians. I started learning a lot of the traditional music, mostly in Morocco. I was just playing a lot of music, meeting new people, and just traveling and learning about the country.
Well, you are the first person to play on Van Sessions ever back in 2016. I appreciate you coming back here tonight. Take us out. One last song.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
The song's called Saneless Sinner. Saneless sinner singing songs of the gold-kissed wind. Snow was falling softly, loving the outers of our skin. My sweet love is buried in that wine. Was told that life was short, so use all your time. Fingers are stained red from this awful time. Can't seem to get you out of my one-stringed mind. This life was made on paper chasing dimes. Moon turned to gold and so did my mind. A knife was so sharp, it cut you so deep. You never knew how wounded you were until you fell to your knees. A woman with a crooked smile, she took you in, held you to her breast, then she hit you with a coffee tin. All my life I've been running. All my life I've been running from the ones who said goodbye. Saneless sinner singing songs of the gold-kissed wind. Snow was falling softly, loving the outers of our skin. My sweet love is buried in that wine. Was told that life was short, so use all your time.
Yeah. Really, really good stuff, KJ. Appreciate
Thank
it,
you.
man.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here with us on Van Sessions. Thanks, everyone, for being here for the live recording of this episode of Van Sessions. You can find this episode later by searching Van Sessions Podcast on YouTube or your favorite podcast app. In fact, do us a favor, pop open your YouTube app and give us a follow on YouTube Van Sessions. Thanks to our host, the Monarch Building, Utah, the official beer of Van Sessions, Lucky Slice, Pizza Till Death, and to our granting sponsor, Ogden City Arts. We'll see you on the next Van Sessions.